of 2 weeks, there's a problem.
Oh, that's a red flag. 2 weeks. Well,
2 weeks.
I just wonder if
there's
that's
a problem.
You girls remember twice in the past year, we've had 2 women kill their husbands.
Yes.
Yes.
They've just killed their husbands. I always say that men should be careful, because women can just kill you like
Okay, so it's the mismanagement of anger, something that you will need, because everyone says depression therapy. That's the only one they know. Anger management, yes.
Oh, no, anger can be so bad, because the truth is that when you are so angry, you can kill. And when you kill, you won't know until you've killed. And I say, oh, what have I done?
Oh, wow.
And this killing I'm talking about must not necessarily be somebody. You may kill yourself. So it's not necessarily towards somebody. Suicide, yes. So it can be suicide, can be murder, can be either way. So the truth about it is that people can be so angry, and the only option they are thinking of at that point in time may just be death. Let me just kill. And they are not thinking, because their emotions have overridden their logical thinking. And once that happens, whatever happens, it may be disastrous. It's not every time we find little things that someone has done, so we can change it. No.
So yeah,
anger management is very important. Those women
that kill their husbands, tiny little women like this can afford to, or I mean, what do you call it, to reduce that man to... How do you? I mean, because
that's very strong. That's very strong.
Is it anger? You know, the thing is that is it anger or okay? Can you anger? Because I saw the last one that I learned about was the lady who cut off her husband's genitals, and then she stabbed him till he died.
She was very angry. She was very upset. She must have been livid.
Not only that, she had gone into the realm of unreasonable
behavior. That's a mental case.
It could be. We won't at this point, because we've not heard from her, we've not assessed, we've not evaluated. It could be one. And of course, we know spouses that kill, we have different type of killers when it comes to that.
Please tell me about them.
Oh, we have different types. We have the temper tantrum killers.
Don't do.
Yeah.
Does it by law? And you're a lawyer. Do they get away with it?
If you kill your husband,
crime of passion.
Crime of passion.
I don't think they do it. They do it.
Sorry, or if you kill your wife. I keep saying if you kill your husband. My cameramen are laughing. They're not happy. They're not happy. All these kill your wife. Yeah, they're not happy at all. But be careful as a guy. That's what I say.
For cases like this, definitely they must go for evaluation, because when the law has already taken over, they want to know, could it be that they were already having some mental health related problems, or because that, of course,
it's already too late.
That's exactly.
Which is my question.
That's a therapy.
So
is important.
when should there be an intervention, and why, as a society, are we afraid to identify that time and the need for intervention as a society?
So if you see somebody that you think is troubled, and so you as a person, like I'm wondering, what are my responsibilities? Am I to go to call a therapist? Because people have to, like she said, admit that they have the problem. But a lot of times people don't admit it until it has led to something detrimental. So at what point, how do we help?
Good. We are in a society where we judge, and we are very quick to judge. So if you have a friend who you've seen over time, that something has changed. So the watchword I would say is change. What has changed in this your friend? Okay, negative change, because there are some things that are good, negatively, in the sense that you love to party with her every Saturday. All of a sudden, she keeps cancelling all the old best you've been having. So mark it down. You see her, she's no longer happy. Put it down. You see her, any little thing, she's very finicky. She just gets angry easily. At that point, at least you've seen 3-4 things. Sit him or her down and say, dear,
I can see.
Over time, you know, use the sandwich approach. Say all the nice things about this person. You know, you're very dear to me. You this, you that. I love you very much.
So
but
them first,
yes, before suggesting exactly.
Okay, you know what, ladies, hold that thought. We'll be right back after the break. Welcome back to the lounge. We're having a very nice and heated discussion about how to intervene when you notice that a friend or a member of your family is pouring out some negative energy. But we keep centering on women. Don't men go through these things as well?
They do. It's just that in our society, which I'm telling mothers out there, please, don't tell your baby boy not to cry. You know, we always like, oh, don't cry, you are a man. Men don't cry. No, their brain gets wired, so when that boy turns to a man, he bottles up and tells himself, I'm a man.
But in psychiatry, okay, statistics-wise, do you have more women or more men? What kind of cases are akin to men? What kind of cases are akin to women?
Okay. For men, more of drugs, drug and other substance abuse. For women, more of depression. In fact, women are twice more depressed than men. Our emotive, our emotive nature.
Are the ones that know how to.
No, we are more emotive. We have more issues. The thing is that there's that societal thing that is attached that women can multitask. Not all. Researchers are now, yes, it's pressure. Yes, it's pressure of life. The thing is that even studies are now showing that truly we can't just multitask. We are just having that women can multitask. So we take it on, and then we do all those things suboptimally.
So what you're saying is stereotypes don't help?
Yes, stereotypes don't help.
For men don't cry, boys don't cry.
So women multitask.
Yes. Women multitask.
We multitask. We also have longer hours of sleep because we need our brain, but we don't.
Man,
we don't.
7 hours is
They
something
can say
else.
it
So
again.
we can't
To a certain extent, yes.
No. I cannot agree that we can't multitask.
Yeah.
We can multitask, but to a certain extent.
Yeah.
We must know the limits.
I mean, she's done it for
The truth is that because of the fact that we think we can multitask, over time we always go overboard.
Up to feed at night. Because I'd spent the day with the children and breastfed, so I used to extract in a bottle. And it was the only time I said, my husband, you get to bond with your child. So nobody's allowed to touch me after 10 o'clock.
You're dead to the world.
He completely, I don't want to hear squeak. As soon as he hears the monitor, he'll go and get the bottle from the freezer. Warm it, change diaper,
That's a good
and
strategy.
feed.
Such an
Yes, now, so that he
for
can,
nights.
at least 2 nights, you know.
He actually does try. In fairness to him, I remember 2 nights ago, I was really, really
But the
exhausted.
baby won't agree.
And the baby woke me up with this, so I woke up with a headache saying, my head. He just carried the child at 11, and then I saw the child like 6 a.m. I'm like, kudos. They're going to work as well. But yeah, I mean, generally, like she said, women, there are many things apart from the baby. There's cooking, there's going to work, there's many other things. There's even when you have people, the people that we have these days, the quality of people that you have has helped. You always have to almost supervise and be angry lots of the time.
There's other therapies. You know, you were talking about the sex therapy thing.
Oh, yes. Okay, now, when we counsel couples, a lot of couples, especially middle-aged couples, they're having struggles. Erectile dysfunction, low libido. We wrote a film once, and the effect of rape on we played with the effect of rape on 2 women. One became an nymphomaniac, and one became frigid. So you have some women who absolutely don't like sex, and they don't want to be bothered with it. So we often say to them, can you see a sex therapist? Nigerians just blank out.
Like, for what?
Yes, especially the men. They're like, are you saying that I can't do my business? What do you mean by that?
Okay,
But you know, yes.
Therapy is not just about, therapy is finding a solution to whatever the intervention for a problem.
Intervention for a problem.
So the problem can also be sex,
It can
right?
be sex.
Can't you get a man to come for sex therapy?
It takes
Why a man?
No, because you give an example. Open to therapy.
Women feel
like say, oh, okay, I need
We
this.
just want
Let's
a
go
solution for the problem.
For the
We
problem.
don't want problems.
For the man, you have to now look for many ways.
Like how?
You know, to letting him know the benefits. So there's what we call value proposition. Even in business, okay, what value would this bring to this man? It's not without because you have to consider his ego. So you're not going to say, oh, your wife did this, and because of this is it.
The ego, the real meaning of that word ego is a sense of self. We also have it.
We also know. No, it's just more pronounced in the downplay.
Yes,
downplay.
but we actually do. You know, so why is theirs more important to pets? Like as if it's a toy. That thing confuses me totally. Who's rubbing our own? I'm sorry now. You know.
I know the ego has a very important role to play between the id and the superego. It mediates. So let's leave that. No, let's leave that because the id is the top for another day.
The id is a good one.
The id is a pleasure. The pleasure. Yes, you want to get something, you just take. The superego is the reality, but the ego just tells the pleasure and the reality. Mediate this, hold down this. Because as you are now, you cannot be in the id. You can't have id impulses. I'm going to like her. She's still a child. Because the id, we want lollipop, yes, and take it without, yes. Id has no, it's pleasure, it just wants pleasure. So you see men, a boy trapped in a man's body. A girl trapped in a woman's body. They're still in that id phase, yes. I want. They don't care who owns it, they don't want to.
It can be any gender.
It can be anything. It can be any gender, yes. The super ego will.
What's with men?
You think so?
That's why people say, treat him like a baby. I hate hearing that advice. Because you can't treat a grown man like a baby. It's confusing.
I have a question. Yes. How do you handle the stigma that this society put on therapy. Yes. Because I believe you've just said if we see signs with our friends or with ourselves, how do you disabuse the mind of society about that stigma? I have an opinion, but I want to listen to you first. Okay. You know, how to help people. If I had
a psychiatrist that looks like this, I won't have any problem. So
how do you help society with that stigma?
The stigma is still very huge. Why is it still very huge? Because people don't want to hear about emotional things. They want to hear about the psychological. They want to hear about mental. It's even worse when you say mental. Emotional and behavioral kind of downplays.
Is it a different word for mental?
That's synonyms. So let us say synonyms, right, in English. So you say emotional, we say psychological, we say behavioral. I've been to an organization where I was going to come in as a psychiatrist, and he came and told me, look, on your wall, we are going to put our behavioral scientists. So that it won't look like, it won't look as if you are coming here that we are mad. So we are not mad. And then people also appreciate the word psychotherapist. People appreciate that. They don't want to hear psychiatry. No, we are not. They start taking about. And sadly, is the because in a society where we are bringing it home to Nigeria, it's only a psychiatrist that when they start doing therapy for you and you need medication, they're the only ones that can write. Okay. They're the only ones that can prescribe.
Medication can solve some of this.
It's a lot, because despite the fact we have huge benefits of therapy, we also have the bad side. If you be going for therapy for months and you are not getting benefit, you should pull out. Either your therapist is not the right person for you, or you are doing the wrong therapy.
Or they haven't identified,
the problem, what you are dealing with. So there are risks to it too. And in therapy session, we have what we call transference and counter-transference. We can be having therapy session now, and then she looks like that stepmother of mine. And so I'll be like the therapist. So this is my client. And then I look like her stepmom, who she doesn't like. So no matter what, she's not going she's not going to go. So you start transferring. So there's transference. Also, the therapist can do counter-transference. You may look like somebody in my past, my school mother was very wicked. So you see that, so those are the barriers to therapy. It's a barrier. So we have transference and counter-transference in therapy. And up until you resolve that, therapy cannot go on.
Okay, anyway, so typically, how long does it take for you to diagnose a person with special needs?
Sections for
therapy? First, this person, if I come and say, my friend has this need and blah, 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 how long does it take for you to diagnose what the person needs first before you start to administer?
An hour, 2 hours, consultation is good.
So you can do it in a session.
Just know exactly. And that is the first line before you even say, let's go for therapy. What are you going for therapy for? Have you identified the problems? Have you identified the risk? Have you identified childhood adversities that this person might have been going through? What are you going to even do therapy for?
So you get all this from conversation?
Yes, conversation.
The person is not talking.
Exactly.
Good. There are different ways. So you start with paper and pen. We can be deaf and dumb in consultation. So write. Yes, you can do sign language. So if you have sign language person around you, they can do sign language. Or you can get the person's role model or somebody that they respect.
What if the person is there under duress and is like, I'm not doing this?
That's their work.
You must go past that barrier. So who brought this person? So you go interact with that person and ask questions about what this person likes, she likes Arsenal fan. So you, even if you don't like football, you quickly go on Google and know the coach, know the players, and all that. Then you start seeing that smile building when you say, I love Arsenal, I did this, I like the coach.
Let me ask honestly, really. If somebody told you she was seeing a psychiatrist, what's the first thing that will come to your mind?
That's the point.
Honestly,
because it's the crazy house impression that makes a lot of people either cannot own up to the fact that they're taking therapy or will not even start taking therapy. So I'm saying the more, I like playing on words that you just described, but the more we all understand that therapy has been there for years.
Yes.
Philosophy was therapy.
For centuries.
Cognitive behavioral therapy came from the philosophies of Socrates, who believed that your healing is inside you. It's in your reasoning. And you can help yourself with reasoning. You can help yourself with talking. And question the assumptions that are making you unhappy.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
And you can be a doctor to solve.
That's it, they
not
can
get
help
someone to
themselves.
help them. People
Yes,
prefer to
to
try
help
and sort it out themselves.
Yes, but-
but not get somebody. That's the problem. They don't want to tell people I need therapy, so they say I will sort it out myself. So some people say, okay,
So
yes,
therapy can be sold to them as somebody just needs to talk over your matters rather than feeling that I am going crazy.
How expensive is it? How affordable is it?
that question always comes up.
It's not so as bad as we all think, though therapy for a session is 100K or whatever. You can get therapy as cheap as 10,000, 15,000.
We qualified therapists.
Qualified, yes. The thing now is the qualification.
Consultation.
An hour, yes.
Yes.
Therapy shouldn't be more than an hour. No, if it's more than an hour, you don't know what you're doing. No, there must be the rapport, opening, and then, of course, disengaging. So 45 minutes is just fine. The 15 minutes opening and closing. And different therapies have different take home. Some, like cognitive behavioral, will do his homework.
And you
have
can
to
do
go
on
and do
phone
homework.
too, because
Yes,
I've had
yes,
some
yeah.
counsel
Do
my
phone.
son.
On phone. Telephonic is there.
Can we mix it? Can we mix the ones that you say are the frivolous ones? Can we mix shopping therapy with regular therapy?
And chocolate
food therapy,
therapy.
you
No,
know,
the thing is now
dark
about
chocolate
shopping
and that.
therapies,
Yes.
somebody there
sun
comes for a
therapy.
professional, whatever, for
Yes.
professional therapy now, and then that shopping is there. We now make that person understand that this is what shopping,
Temporary.
yes, does for you, and this is what it will do later if you continue in this pattern.
Yes.
So on their own, they will definitely know that, no, this shopping is not my my solution
Is it
at
like
this
drugs,
point.
for example? Because it's therapy of some sort.
It
Because
works.
Kids who not take weed and stuff like that, you know, you're unhappy. They take it to make them unhappy.
Yeah, it feel good.
So there's good therapy and bad therapy. No, that's what I said. The point
That's
is
abuse. That's not
no,
therapy.
but it's just
Therapy
sort of
for
a
them.
therapy.
They think
Yes,
For
that's
them,
what I'm saying. That's
for
the
them,
point
they
I'm
take
making.
it as a therapy
Yes.
because they tell themselves they can stop when they want to stop.
Absolutely.
But
But they
the
can't.
bad thing is that most times they cross the line.
So the point is, shopping
they
can
cross
get to that
the line.
level
Yes,
too.
shopping can cross
becomes
the line.
it's solving. Then after it becomes an
However,
addiction.
However, there are things you can do to help yourself
Yes,
momentarily.
yes.
Like the spa.
I don't joke with that at
Meditation,
all, yes.
mindfulness,
Yes.
yoga.
Yes. you
Sometimes
can- there are
when I travel, I
self-help
meditate a
things.
lot. I just go away and I
Talk
just
to a
read.
trusted friend.
Exactly.
And really start
Quiet,
from there.
yes.
Talk to a trusted friend. I didn't say
Talking
talk to a friend, though.
trusted, yeah,
Trusted.
a trusted
Trusted friend,
Talking to
yes.
a trusted friend is almost
it's
like
not
therapy.
therapy.
You know, like
Anyway, you will say I haven't answered my question. If I told you I was seeing a shrink, what will you say? What's wrong with AO? No, okay, just honestly.
I will ask you quietly, do you need some help? Do you need me to go with you? Because I've had therapy.
Okay,
So it's
what
not a
would
big
you
deal.
think?
Yes.
At first, I'm like,
What do I need to be careful about? What have I said to her that the risk is coming out?
No. I would think she's brave, and I would think she's very focused. Yes.
Well, I'm afraid that's all we have for today. We've been talking about therapy and how important it is to identify the need for it, the need for an intervention. But like Fumi says, be the CEO of your happiness. Thank you for joining us in the lounge. See you next week.
Thank you.
My name is Olamide Onifade. I am a real estate lawyer, and today I'm going to be giving you a tip about buying a property, and it's going to be centered on location, location, location. Buying a property is a massive commitment, and it's important that you consider some key factors to ensure you are getting your money's worth. Fundamental on your checklist should be the location.